This first question is from Maxine. I have a couple of coupon codes that give people an amount off their membership. Can coupon codes be used more than once? And if a member cancels and then re-signs up and uses the coupon code, will the system allow them to do that? Okay, so let me share my screen. I'm going to log into our demo site here. This is demo at demo.membermouse.com. You can come here and take a look at the MemberMouse backend if you're not currently a customer. So if we go to product settings, coupon codes, and if I create a coupon and just say test coupon. So the answer to your question is coupon codes can be used more than once as long as you configure them that way. So let's just say this is a 50% off coupon, apply discount to all charges in the case of subscriptions. So we can limit the quantity here. If there's no quantity specified, then it's unlimited. But if you put 10 here, then the coupon will only be able to be used 10 times. And you can also limit it to be restricted to only certain products. You can have a start and end date where it can be used and stuff like that. So based on these restrictions that you configure yourself, this determines whether or not people can use it multiple times. And yes, if the member uses it once, cancels, and then signs up again, they can use it again. There's no current functionality that allows the person to only use the coupon once, if the restrictions allow it to be used more than once. The second part, when members click on the forgot password link on the login form, they do not receive an email giving them an option to change it. Can you tell me what I can do to fix that? So that's most likely an environmental issue. That's something you'll want to email our support team about, support@membermouse.com, because I can't answer that generally because that's something specific about your environment. But what I will say, as far as it could be a general answer and a short fix, is we simply just leverage the WordPress users, the WordPress forgot password system. So whatever page that you have your forgot password link to, you'll see right now, this takes me to the MemberMouse forgot password page. But if for some reason that's not working, what you could do is after your URL, type in wplogin.php. You'll see that they have a lost password link here. You can just copy this link and on your login page or wherever you're listing out the forgot password link, just change the URL to WordPress's reset password link and see if that addresses the issues. And you know, it's still a good user experience for the customer. Okay, so this question is from Gaynor. One of my membership levels is wrongly set to free and it won't let me change that. That is probably because you've actually signed people up with that membership level. Once you have people on a membership level, like once there's members on it, you can't change certain aspects of it. So actually, let me just double check that. So let me just create a free membership level here. So that's free. Save that, and then I will sign up for it. And then I will go to manage members just to make sure that I added a new member. Okay, so we're on the test free membership level. And now if we go back to membership levels and go to edit, Yeah, so I can't change it to paid because there's a member on it. So what I can do is, you see here, this is showing all the members that are associated with the membership level. So I click on that, it'll take me to the manage member screen and it will show me all the members on it. So I can just delete these members. Now, okay, these are test members for me, so I can just delete them. However, what you can do is, if these are actually real members for you, you can go to access rights and switch them to another free membership temporarily. So you can change the membership level. And then after doing that, you should be able to come in here and make those changes. Of course, you could also just delete the members. It will accomplish the same thing. But essentially, you can't change a membership from free to paid or vice versa if there are subscribers associated with it. So that in order to unlock it, you need to remove the subscribers. All right. Where are we? Next question is from Patty. I added MemberMouse on my WordPress site to use Thrive Apprentice. Not familiar with Thrive Apprentice, so we'll see if I can answer this question. All seems to be going as planned, except now when somebody goes to my website, the original homepage is redirecting to the membership Thrive Apprentice homepage. How do I keep these two pages separate? I double checked the settings in WordPress for static page and it never changed from home. So the way that I'm reading this is that you were saying once you installed Thrive Apprentice, when somebody goes to your website, it's redirecting them to the Thrive Apprentice homepage. So this seems like, if I'm understanding that correctly, that seems like Thrive Apprentice functionality. So you'd want to ask either look at their documentation or ask their support team how to keep that redirection from happening. Incidentally, if actually I'm just reading this wrong and you're talking about MemberMouse redirecting to certain pages, I'll just show you where that is in MemberMouse so that you know, in case that's the thing that's doing it and not Thrive Apprentice. So if you go to General Settings, Other Settings, you'll see there's Homepage Settings here. And this is where you indicate where people should be directed to when they log in. So you have all these different options. There's a whole support document link here where you can read about the different options, but this is where you control where somebody gets redirected when they log in based on MemberMouse. So if MemberMouse is doing it, you'll be able to control that here. If Thrive is doing it, you're going to need to read their docs or talk to their support team, because I don't know how their stuff works. All right, Brandon is asking, I want to create a series of posts protected by MemberMouse, but I don't want an all-out course plugin. Any suggestions for how I can set this up? I'm confused by when you say I don't want an all-out course plugin. I'm not sure what that means. But when you say I want to create a series of posts protected by MemberMouse, that's very straightforward. So you just, so let's say that your, let's say that special offer is the bundle that you're working with, okay? So you would just basically create posts. Let's call this post 1. And let's call this post 2. And let's create a third one, post 3. So there's a few ways that you can protect content in MemberMouse. Okay, I got it. You're saying a course plugin would be overkill, just need a set of posts with the ability to navigate to the next post in the series. Yeah, so this example will take care of that. So assume these 3 posts represent your content. Protecting content in MemberMouse can happen a number of different ways. You can do it based on a post at a time, in which case there's this grant access box down here, and you just specify based on what bundle or membership level they have, when they should get access. You can drip it over time, in which case you could put that they should get access on day 2 or day 4, whatever, or immediately, which is day 0. So you can grant access that way. So as soon as I've done that, you see now this post is protected by MemberMouse. So if I copy this link, this permalink, and open up a browser window and try to visit it, you'll see I go get sent to an error page. If I delete this, and essentially this now makes it a public page again, and it accesses it fine. Of course, it looks like horrible, but that's fine. That's not what we're trying to do. Actually, I do want to, where is that? The page template. Somewhere you can determine the page template. I don't know where it is, which makes it look a certain way. I wish I knew where it was, because that would be useful in general in life. It would improve the quality of my life. Anyway, where is it? Maybe it's up in settings. Oh my God. Anyway. Neither here nor there, because that's about the look and feel. Doesn't have to do with your question. Okay, so I can protect this page on a 1-by-1 basis. That way, I can specify a category. I could say, you know, course, whatever. This is a course. That's the category name, and then I can go to each post and add that category. Okay, so now all of these posts are in the course category. Now, if I go back to my product settings and go to bundle or whatever membership level or bundle that you want to protect the content with, I can specify that all things that are in the courses category should be protected by this bundle. So that's another way. If you're wanting to relate a whole bunch of content together, that's an easy way you can do it. We also have this drip content schedule where you can select the bundle or the membership level that you're using, and you can specify 1 by 1 which post should get access. So I can just go through from here and grant access to the different posts. And we can see it laid out this way. So you certainly don't need, of course, a specific LMS plugin, Learning Management System plugin. Now, as far as your next previous buttons, that's all going to come down to the content on your page. So essentially, you would just need to go into these pages and add those links. So on post 1, you would just you know, put a URL in here to go to next lesson, and you would need to know yourself what the URL of that lesson is. You know, so it's a little bit of manual something for you, but it's really not a big deal, and it'll save you having to use another piece of technology. Okay, so that's that. This question is from Bob. You're welcome, Brandon. This question is from Bob. What happens to current subscriptions if I make a product inactive if I delete it? Okay, so those are two different questions with 2 different answers. So we go to product settings. So this is a subscription product. Now, we can see that there are 5 members or there are 18 members on the basic membership. If we mark, where is it? If we mark the basic plan as inactive, all this means is that new customers aren't going to be able to purchase it. It will have no impact on customers who currently have that subscription. Now, as far as deleting it, you're not going to be able to delete products that have active subscriptions running on it. You see this trash can icon is grayed out because people are currently using this product, so you can't delete it. In which, if you were able to delete that, it would orphan all the people who have active subscriptions with that. It would cause chaos, and you don't want to do that. So MemberMouse protects you from being able to do that. You cannot delete products where there's an active subscription. For example, if I just create test subscription product here, associated with the basic membership level, $10 a month, and save that, and then I copy the purchase link, open up a new browser window and purchase this. And refresh this page, you'll see that I can't delete this. And even editing wise, it'll let you know, hey, this product has been purchased by other people. You can unlock it, right? So you can unlock it and start changing these variables. You could change the price, but it will only apply to customers going forward. It won't affect anybody who already has a subscription. Best practice here, unless you did it by mistake and you accidentally, purchased the product with a test customer, it's best if you're changing pricing, you should just create a new product. Otherwise, your reports, may get confused for you. The software won't be confused, but you may not remember that you changed the pricing. So it's better to be cautious about when you choose to change the settings on a product. But if we wanted to delete this product, essentially, we would have to cancel any existing subscriptions. So this person I just added, if I go to the access rights and I cancel their membership, and so we see now they have no active subscriptions. And now if I go to product settings, there's something else I'm missing here, clearly. I think also you can't have it associated with membership level. Oh, it's been purchased. Okay, so this is another protection, sorry. If it's been purchased, that also means that there's orders that are referencing the product. So I wrote this code a long time ago. But basically, the software protects you from deleting anything that shouldn't be deleted because it will orphan records that, like, for example, in the transaction history, even though I canceled the subscription, that product is still being referenced in this transaction. So that's why you can't do that. But if you make it inactive, people won't be able to purchase it. So that's fine. Okay. This question is for Mike. I haven't used my MemberMouse subscription yet. Is there a resource pool? Is there a group of drip templates that we can modify to make it easier to get started? Drip templates meaning dripping content? Is that what you're talking about? As far as ease of getting started, have you taken a look at the videos inside of MemberMouse on the dashboard? Because these videos are super helpful in introducing you to all of the major concepts in MemberMouse and helping you understand this world so you can start imagining and figuring out how it's going to apply to your business. So these videos are a really great place to start. And really with, unless you start familiarizing yourself with the way the software works, there's not much, that you're going to be able to do. So there is a learning curve here, essentially. you know. So I would suggest starting with these videos. And we have tons of resources in the support center, many videos. But of course, if you don't want to, if you just have a list of questions, you can easily email those to our support team at support.membermouse.com, and they can respond back to you either with specific answers or direct you to resources that answer those questions. And of course, if you come on here, you can ask questions too. But we do, I'm not sure what you mean by a group of drip templates, but we have page templates, like a checkout page template and templates for pages that are common things like confirmation pages and stuff like that. But again, that's talked about in these videos. So the core pages video goes over those things, but I highly recommend you watch these videos as a first step. Also, you don't need the plugin to get access to these videos. They're in the support center. And if you, let me see if I can find them. Yeah, so there's a startup guide here. And yeah, here's the video training right here. So there's tons of resources here available to you that I would just come and check out. And from there, you can definitely ask more specific questions and direct them to our team to help you get started as quickly as possible. So that's that. Gainer's asking, do I always leave the, oh, Mike is saying, no, I did not know about the videos. I'll look. Yeah, please do, Mike, because there's a lot of information there that'll help kind of wrap your mind around it. And then from there, we can get into more specific questions and help you get things configured as quickly as possible. Gainer's asking, do I always leave the setting on public and then either grant access to specific members or leave it open to anyone? Yeah, the MemberMouse is the only thing that the MemberMouse options are the only thing you need to consider as far as protecting your content. You don't need to worry about the WordPress public, private, scheduled options, because I mean, you could use them if you want to, but they're gonna, under normal operation, everything should just be public, and then you just rely on MemberMouse to determine who should get access and who shouldn't. Because if you use the WordPress things in addition, then there's just a second level of complexity in terms of when a post is visible or not, and it'll confuse things. Okay, this question, follow-up from Gainer, is it possible to enter code to embed a video? Yes, it is possible. So this is a WordPress thing, not a MemberMouse thing. But if you're using YouTube or Wistia or Vimeo, you just find your video, go to get the embed code for it, and then on a page, it's simply you simply say that you want to sorry, again, I'm not familiar with Gutenberg. Okay, so you just say we want to edit as HTML, and then you just paste in the HTML for that video. And then if we go to view the page, we'll see that the video is there. But if you have further questions on that, it is a WordPress question. There may be things in your theme that can help facilitate that. So either, so you can Google it if that wasn't enough information, but it should be pretty straightforward to do. Okay, this next question is from Yannick. Is it possible to set up a trial without collecting credit card information, then have the account automatically expire after 30 days if they don't switch to a paid plan? Is it possible, and if so, do you recommend it? We're thinking of doing a free 30-day access period during the quarantine period. Okay, so you basically want to allow people to sign up for free for 30 days. That is possible. What you would do is, let's just say, we call this membership. It would be a membership or a bundle, you know, depending on how you're organizing things. How do you spell quarantine? So this is a free thing. And then here under expiry settings, you would say expires after 30 days. You can choose to send a welcome email to people. And then you just have these other options as normal. So now we have our membership level that's free and it expires after 30 days. So, so what will happen is if you do nothing else and somebody signs up for this, let me go ahead and purchase this. Okay, so if we go to our manage members screen, we see that we just signed up for the quarantine special. And under access rights, we'll see that this membership expires on May 3rd, 30 days from now. So if nothing else happens, this person is going to, their account is going to expire. And what you can do is create a push notification that notifies the person when their account has expired. So you can say, when membership status changes to, and it's on the quarantine special, and the status changes to expired, send an email to the current member and says whatever, oops, access removed, and then in the body be like, still want access, sign up here, and then put the purchase link in there so they could re-sign up using paid whatever. That's one way you could do it. And also, if you're integrated with an email service provider, which I'm not currently right now on this demo site, you can add people to a list when they join that membership level and have an autoresponder on that list that sends an email out like 20 days in or 25 days in and reminds them, hey, your account's going to expire in 5 days or 10 days or whatever. And then in that email, you can put a link to upgrade to the purchase plan. As far as my suggestion and whether or not you should do this, I mean, I don't know. I think it's something that could be worth testing and, you know, seeing how people respond to it. You know, if it's no cost to you and to do it, then, you know, it's just an experiment because it's always going to be different. I don't think there's one answer. So if you're feeling strongly about it and you want to offer this to people, then I don't see any reason why you shouldn't. Okay, so there were 2 more questions, but these questions are kind of like insanely long, and really are more like consultation questions, like basically, how do I build my site? Here's 15 questions, so I'm not going to get into that right now. Well, this question's fine. So this is from Gay and she or he is asking, is there a way to have MemberMouse on my WordPress website for my products and memberships, but still have a separate part of my site that is accessible to the general public? When I'm setting up my menu, I can't see how to do this. I like people to be able to visit and read blog posts and then decide if they want to join as a free member or purchase something to gain extra access to resources. So yes, it is definitely possible to have part of your site public and part of it private. So if I log out here on our demo site, you can see, all of these pages are public.
MemberMouse demo site.
No. Also, MemberMouse.com runs on MemberMouse. So all of the front-facing pages that are used for our blog pages, everything like that is all public. In order to sign up, and you get access to the members area. So all this stuff is public beforehand. And then we have our blog pages, which are all public, no matter whether you're a member or not a member. So that's definitely possible. Now, with regards to your question about the menu, this comes down to the theme. So with a theme, some themes have this functionality out of the box, but there's what's called a logged out menu and a logged in menu. So you have, in some themes, you have the ability to define what the menu should look like when somebody's logged out or not a member, and what the menu should look like when somebody's logged in and are a member. If your theme doesn't support this, there's a number of resources on Google. You could just Google logged in menu for WordPress, and maybe there's different plugins or different instructions on how to make this happen. But you'll notice here on the demo site, see these links up here. So when I make a purchase and become a member, you'll notice that the menu changes. So now we have different links up at the top here. And that's the way that this theme is designed. So the answer to your question is, yes, MemberMouse will allow your site to have both public assets and private assets. As far as what your menus look like, this is a question for the theme, not a question for MemberMouse. All right, so I think that we got through everything. Appreciate you all joining, and I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.